Hello guys, I'm back with another Clash Royale episode. I know it's been a long while since I uploaded, but I will try to upload consistently from now. Alright, so today I'm going to introduce this Electro Giant deck. Famous Kid played it last season and it finished I think 17 in the world. It's probably the only one running this at a very high level. And yeah, different variations, you know, with the Inferno Dragon for the Baby D against Lava Hounds. And we're going to introduce two different variations, the Dark Prince and the Prince. Alright, so of course the Dark Prince is better against Splash, against your Barbarians, against your Royal Hawks. And then your Prince will be better against solid ground tanks like your Giant, your Golem, your Royal Giants, alright? So two different variations. You could run either on ladder because you don't know what the opponent gonna run, alright? So I'll see you guys in the first replay. But before that, guys, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. It's very important for me as a content creator on YouTube. We're looking to grow this channel to hit 1,000 subscribers as quickly as we can. So do not forget to tell your friends to subscribe to my channel, alright? And also don't forget to use code... Oh wait, I don't have a code yet. But with your support, as we keep climbing up the YouTube subscriber count as well as on Twitch, we will be able to get a code soon. So with your support, we will expect to use code The Rock very soon. Alright, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button and I'll see you guys in the first game. Alright, so in this replay, I'll be playing against Valkyrie Graveyard with Bomb Tower Archers. Alright, so as I mentioned with this deck, we are very comfortable waiting. So usually I won't make the first play and we'll wait till whenever the opponent makes the play. Okay, so we can see over here he decides to make the first play by rolling his barrel, so we respond. No worries. With barrel usually either means graveyard or beatdown decks at the moment. Not too many other decks run barrel. RGs prefer lock, as well as your wall breakers and stuff like that. They all prefer lock anyway. So we'll basically just cycle into him. He goes with a very aggressive graveyard here. So we try to defend. We don't have our belt barrel anymore. It's one of the good counters. So over here we take not too much damage, I would say just about 500, 400 plus. So we defend okay. And we got a counter push with the Baby D. So because he played his Valkyrie, I didn't think that he might have a second ground tank. So I go with the aggressive Prince, but then he has Archers, he goes with the Snowball. And he defends it pretty okay. But we are in the Elixir lead, as you can see over here. We're up. So this is when you're up, you can decide to go E-Giant in the back. He responds with the Bob Barrel to give a bit of pressure. I decide to eat the damage here. It might not be the best option. You could have tried to Bob Barrel to defend, but I decide to eat the damage. And let's see if we could make a big push, because now we're in the lead. So this is when you can try to make it count. So it's up to you. If you prefer to wait till double, you could wait till double and then just defend that. So he goes with the high bomb tower. I go with the Bob Barrel. We try to distract it, but unfortunately the bomb tower, the Valkyrie, the Archers, they're all way too strong defense and single. Because I decided to play the Baby D and Barrel. So we are not breaking through. So he responds again with the Mega Minion. Again, you can see we're pretty much still up, but we're down in tower damage by quite a bit now. So you can see he's really going with those aggressive barrels to tank for the Mega Minion. This time it's a little late, so we decide to play the Ice Wizard because I don't want to take too much more damage. Alright, but against Bomb Tower decks, always you gotta go with the E-Giant in the back. It's very hard for you to go E-Giant at the bridge and expect to break through, because the Bomb Tower for 4 Elixir can defend your entire E-Giant. Because as you can see, he can place really far away. So we go E-Giant in the corner instead of behind the king, because in case he graveyard, the E-Giant can tank for the graveyard a little bit. So he goes with a very aggressive Valkyrie graveyard. We defend with the with over defend, because we know that they will get a counter push out. So over here we're deciding whether to lightning, but because the E-Giant was already pretty unhealthy because of the foul, so I decide just to let this go, and then we'll reset up again at the bridge to try to outcycle that bomb tower. Alright, so this is what we did. He goes with the second bomb tower here, which you can see. This time I go with the aggressive lightning, because that's what we're trying to do, get 2 E-Giants, right? And then now we see him play the Archers, so we go with the NATO to remove the Archers, and we do get some damage finally on this tower. And it's pretty significant. Like, this is a very unhealthy E-Giant. We already took like 1,000 plus, so we're only down about 700 HP, which is the key. So we were expecting a graveyard, that's why I cycled the Baby D in the back, but he did not go. So again, we got a cycle in the back, so we go with the Ice Wiz. And same thing, we go E-Giant in the corner, because that way you can defend the graveyard, like you can see here. If the Skellies are on the E-Giant, they get evaporated immediately. So we go with the Bob Barrel there, because the E-Giant is blocking the left side, so we Bob Barrel on the right side of the tower. Alright, so you can see the E-Giant already pretty unhealthy though. It's already down like 1/3 of HP. So this is where we decide what we want to do. We decide to go with the Baby D, we go with the Ice Wizard, because we decide not to lightning there. And you can see it's pretty hard, right? The bomb tower already destroys, because this one's not like Golem, right? The E-Giant disintegrates after it doesn't have the Golem, right? So we gotta go against back one more time. Alright, the key is to be patient. If your E-Giant is very unhealthy, there is no point to lightning, because just a few troops will pretty much destroy it. So we go with the cage, we go with the Bob Barrel. We do take quite a bit of damage from this graveyard. Look at those Scallies spawning in the back. We have no choice, we gotta take the damage, alright? So this time we go with the Baby D here, we're predicting. And then this time we go with the lightning, because we must remove that bomb tower. And because he already played one bomb tower, it's highly unlikely he will cycle to a second one right now at the bridge. So this time we do good damage. The E-Giant gets there. We managed to bring down this tower to about 600 HP, so this is going to be very close, very, very close. One graveyard could take it, one more E-Giant push could take it, so it really depends how we defend this graveyard kill. He goes with the aggressive graveyard, and the poison, and the snowball, so that's basically all his elixir. So we gotta over-defend, because we know that if we do it in the wrong way, we'll probably lose. So over here, we go with the aggressive lightning. And then we're probably just spamming the bridge. We don't even need the E-Giant, because I know that the E-Giant will probably cause us to lose, because a 4 elixir bomb tower can negate that. So we go with the aggressive one, and you can see the Baby D gets the final shot. So we managed to take the victory. I think if I played the E-Giant, I would have lost, because 8 elixir is way too much. So I could get multiple troops, and then he decides to go with the aggressive snowball, and he loses. That's very close by 13 HP. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next variant. So this deck is pretty strong in double elixir. Probably that's when you can do your lightning and your NATO. So I'm gonna speed it up. I think this replay we waited, because the opponent is running a golem as well. But I'm not gonna, usually if I don't have my Electro Giant, I will not wait till double. Probably about 1 minute 30, whether it's Golem or E-Giant, kind of a beatdown deck. If I don't have my win condition at about 130, I usually will cycle first, because it's safer. If your opponent has their win condition first, they play it down, that's probably a mistake. So yeah, you can see here, about 130, I did cycle my cage to force out a response from him. And that's why. Okay, so this is where the game actually starts. So again, I reiterate, usually around 130 I would cycle if I don't have my win condition as my next card. So this one is a little unfortunate, he golems first, so I gotta cycle something before I could E-Giant. Usually against Golem, they're running Night Witch Lumberjacks, your E-Giant into the same lane is good, because they don't really have great DPS. If they have a Prince or a Mini Packer, then it might be different, or a Hunter, and stuff like that. Right, so here we're very comfortable going. So I'm running the Dark Prince variant, alright? It's not as good as the Prince against Golem, of course. But you can see, because he doesn't have a big spell, we are pretty okay. We NATO everything to kill the Tombstone, as well as to pull the Baby D in. That is more to just make sure that we don't really have to deal with a counter push, not for any damage or whatsoever. Alright, so he's gonna reset up with a second Golem here. I know I gotta defend. I haven't seen any of his spell or any of his other troops, so looking at his troops like that, I decided to go with the lightning just to clean up everything, and then we're just dealing with the Golem. So that's a really good play by him, because after lightning comes in, he immediately runs in the Electro Dragon. So now the Electro Dragon is pretty hard to deal with, because I don't have the lightning, right? So over here we go with the Dark Prince. He hasn't played any spells, he's continuing to spam his troops. So over here I decide to go with a NATO just to make sure I kill the Electro Dragon first. He goes with a NATO of his own, but over here by the time it's already fine. So looking after the first trade, it's not too bad. We're up by about 800 HP. So we go with E-Giant in the back. We decide to go in the corner, because that way it's not as easy to pull with a building. You can't put the building like super far away. Alright, if you put it behind the princess, it's easier to pull. So we go with this in the back, we go with Dark Prince behind. And then we'll try again to defend his Golem. Alright, if we get Lightning Value, we will take it. If we get Lightning Value, we have to take it, because that's the only way we can get our E-Giant through. So over here we go with the NATO instead, because that pulls the Inferno Dragon, and you can see over here it bypasses because the Golem pushes, so that's a really lucky interaction. And you can see the Night Witch is completely destroyed there by the Electro Giant. So over here we defend pretty fine also, because he doesn't have a big spell, so not a big problem. As long as they have no big spell, we can stack up troops. He goes with the NATO, no problem, we have all that. And that's basically it. He spams his Inferno, I guess, trying to catch us off guard, but no worries. We go with the E-Giant, we go with that to predict the Tombstone. Once the Tombstone is out of the way, he has nothing left to stop us. We go with the early NATO just to make sure that we try to pull things in or kill the Tombstone quickly, and that's it. Alright, so against Golem, I have no problem going same lane against a regular Golem deck with no Mini P.E.K.K.A, no Fisherman, no Hunter, no Prince kind of thing. Mostly they are running Night Witch, Lumberjack. The E-Giant is really strong against those things. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next replay. Okay, so in the last replay over here, I'm gonna show a sort of a mirror matchup, but he was using Dark Prince and I was using Prince. So I'm gonna show the power of the Prince in this kind of a matchup, right? Because it has a greater DPS than the Dark Prince. So again, the magic number is 130 for me to cycle. I would cycle, but you can see over here, he decides to play his Dark Prince first. So we will just respond in time with the Ice Whiz in the back, then Bob Arrow to stop the charge, alright? He cycles his Ice Whiz in the back at the same time. Over here, I'm not comfortable playing my Baby D because I don't like to play both my air defenses in the same rotation. In case if that's the case, he could just like balloon opposite or go lava opposite or something like that. Alright, so we gave him the lightning value sort of, but it's fine. Alright, we play the Baby D over here. We're not down in elixir, so not too bad. So we see a Dark Prince, we see a Ice Wisp, we see a Lightning. So most probably some form of beatdown. Like it could be Golem, it could be E-Giant. But because he played his Lightning, so I was very comfortable cycling the E-Giant in the back, knowing that if it's a mirror matchup, I have Prince, and he has Dark Prince. So I'm going same lane as him is very beneficial for me. And he also doesn't have Lightning, that's the main thing. He doesn't have Lightning, so if he gives me value, I could Lightning and remove all his troops, and I could stack up my troops on defense, just because he doesn't have Lightning. Okay, so over here you can see, I choose to forgo offense, and then we stack up our troops defensively. Alright, so we don't take too much damage from the E-Giant, we then spend the NATO just to pull the troops towards my E-Giant and make sure that, well, not for damage, but make sure that there is no counter push from him. Alright, so we do get a 1 or 2 reflect damage from the E-Giant, 400 HP advantage. And then now we go with E-Giant in the back, because we know he's running cage, as I mentioned, we want to play it all the way in the corner. By playing it in the corner, he cannot put his cage like at a really opposite kind of a lane where he can pull it totally very far away and not give me lightning value. So that's the difference, alright? So again, we're very comfortable going same lane because I have crits. So the Baby D was to predict the cage, we got the cage, that reduces the HP quite a bit. Over here we're looking for the lightning to remove some troops from the board, again just to make sure that there is no counter push. So we do a good job removing 3 of those 4 troops. The brawler stays alive, then he has to respawn over here. He goes with the E-Giant, then he takes the Prince's charge over here. Over here I'm in an awkward cycle, so because I see the brawler going forward, I decide to go with the push to make him decide, because I know that my Prince can defend his E-Giant. So over here I decide to make him choose. I give him the Ice Wizard to give him some lightning value and make him think if he goes for lightning he's gonna take a lot of damage because he cannot defend the Electro Giant. So he goes for the lightning, which is what I actually want him to do. So over here you can see my E-Giant is actually destroying his house. Alright, and over here I can now go either lane. So we actually did more damage than his lightning. So now he goes in the back, which I think was his biggest mistake because he didn't have his cage in cycle. So we go at the bridge here, we do not let up with the pressure here, and I know that there is nothing else he can do. He puts his troop there, that's great lightning value for me. We take it. There's no way he has enough elixir now, he NATOs it back. Playing the E-Giant in the back really costs him the game, and of course we have the Prince, so we're not so worried. Alright, so that's how you do it in the mirror matchup. You could play defensively, going same lane because you're running Prince and he's running Dark Prince, or you could play it how I put. Alright, I hope you guys like this series, and don't forget to like and subscribe. It's gonna help me a lot as a content creator. Alright, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.